Hello everyone, welcome back to the Character Explains Percure edition. Today we'll talk about the two fairies of Hikari Kaiju, Pollun, the Prince of Life who provides her with the transformation for Shining Luminous, and Lulun, the Princess of Light who provides Hikari with a new attack, the Heart Eagle Brooch. All information is provided by the Percure Wiki fandom. Let's begin with the video by talking about Pollun. Pollun, also known as Pollen in the English dub of Tariwa, is the Prince of Light in the Garden of Light. When communicating with the members of the Garden of Light, he turns into the pretty commune, and everyone can hear what is said and communicate openly. In Max Heart, he changes into the touch commune. He also grants Percure the powers of light, which gives them the rainbow bracelets. He lives primarily with Nagisa Mishimi in Futariwa Percure and Hikari Kujo in Max Heart. He tends to end his sentences with Mepple. Pollun is from the Percure seasons of Futariwa and Max Heart. He made his debut in Futariwa Percure episode 24. Comes from the Garden of Light, and he is the older brother to Lulun, the Princess of Light. His role is that of a mascot in Futariwa Percure. His Dean color is green. He can also transform into a pretty commune and the touch commune. His VA, Haruna Aikazawa, and for English is Honoré Gibbonson. Pollun is a white fairy with mint green coloring and a furry neck. And his tail is an orb which usually looks like a spherical of a computer mouse. Pollun wears a crown and looks adjacent to a small dog or mouse with long ears. His ears have long hearts highlights on them. His eyes have the same colored highlights that are pointing and go outwards on his forehead. There on his mark is the foreheads of a heart with a diamond shape coming from the top, actually like a male gender symbol. Pollun, although with a royal status, is still like a young child. He has plenty of energy and loves to play and have fun. He can be childish at times and a spoiled brat on an occasion, which annoyed Nagisa at first while he lived with them. However, Pollun is always ready to help Percure when he can, and will even rush headfirst into battle in the urge to help them out. Over time, Pollun also begins to mature and learn about different things and be more selfish and more selfless. Lulun looks up to Pollun as a big brother. He gets annoyed at primary because, according to Mepple and Mepple, she was always together with him and had a hard time separating the two, but he actually still cares for her. In the first season, Pollun primarily lives with Nagisa. Nagisa becomes annoyed with Pollun's antics, but nevertheless shares a friendship with him. Mepple is usually annoyed with him because he fractured the romance he had with Mepple, and gets very jealous when Mepple spends more time with Pollun than himself, wishing that he will be less selfish. As Pollun slowly begins to mature, Mepple helps him to understand things about the Garden of Rainbows like Santa Claus and Christmas. During the second season, he lived with Hikari. Hikari, being polite and sweet, never yelled at Pollun for his antics. This began to make him worry because when two friends argue or get mad at one another, it usually means that they care a lot for the other person, leading him to think that Hikari may not have cared for him. Pollun also helps Hikari transform into Shining Luminous. Pollun first comes when all of the prison stones are restored and he is sent to the Garden of Rainbows. He comes in a similar fashion to Mepple came to Nagisa Mishimi, hitting her in the face. He returns to the Garden of Rainbows with Mepple and Mepple after it was discovered that the evil king had set the seeds of darkness to the Garden of Rainbows. Later, when Wisdom is in trouble, Wisdom places the prison stones into Pollen, which gives him abilities to remain in his regular form, as well as the ability to communicate with various people from the Garden of Light. He also gained the ability to glimpse into the future, usually mumbling things that didn't make sense to the Percure at first, leading them to have a decode it. During the last battle with the evil king, Pollen gave out all of his energy to restore power to the rainbow bracelets. He then fell asleep until the next school year, when Fitariwa Percure Max Heart began. He became the Touch Commune in Mask Heart, which helps Hikari transform into Shining Luminous. Lulun is the Princess of Light in the Garden of Light. She is said to be the one who waves the future and turns into the miracle commune to a Shining Luminous. She is the younger sister of Pollun. She ends her sentences with Lulun. Lulun made her debut in the second season of the Percure series, Fitariwa Percure Max Heart, in episode 28. She is from the Garden of Light and is the Princess of Light. She is the younger sister of Pollen, and her role is of a mascot of the Fitariwa Percure team. Her theme color is pink, and she transforms into the miracle commune. Her voice actor is Uskateni. Lulun was almost to be analogous to Mepple. However, Lulun resembles her brother Pollen, being white-colored with a golden crown and a fluffy neck. The fur on her neck is pale pink, to match the fluffy pom-pom-like ears, tips, and tail, which makes her look like a poodle. Around her eyes are pale fuchsia markings to match the heart and diamond symbol on the center of her head. A big bright magenta orb descends at the center of her neck. On each ear tip is a pale fuchsia heart. Lulun, like Pollen, is a bit spoiled and acts like a sweet little girl despite her royal status. She is more of a crybaby than her brother, though and often likes to tag along with him, which is his initial annoyance. If Percure is in trouble, nonetheless she does what she can do to help. As the series goes on, she becomes more braver. Lulun looks up to her big brother Pollen a lot. This annoys the latter primarily because, according to Mepple and Mepple, she was always together with him and had a hard time separating the two. Lulun finds a mother figure in Hikari. Hikari cares about her a lot and will try to protect her with the strength she has, as shown when she got lost in the amusement park and later was found when attacked by Circulus. Lulun traveled to the Garden of Rainbows through the prison stones to find Pollen. She arrived at Verona Academy as she was looking for him, though her search for Pollen made people believe a ghost was in the school. Lulun eventually finds Pollen as the girls are being attacked by a Zeneca. After triggering the power, Luminous gains the Hardio brooch to protect herself, and the Percures defeat the Zeneca. Fact 1. Pollen shares the same English voice actress as Poisoning. There is no facts about Lulun, unfortunately. We have now made it to end of Pollun and Lulun's characters. We will talk about the villains and the main ally of Fitariwa Percure next, starting with the Queen and Evil King, and then Kiria and Poisoning before we go into Splash Star, the third season of the Percure series, where Splash Star team is introduced. Thank you for watching. Silver Chan signing out.